Welcome back to the channel. Today, the UFC has made an announcement. They've announced some fights that are going to be upcoming on the upcoming numbered events. We've got the announcements for UFC 321 and UFC 322. And let's just say we're eating good, guys. We're going to be eating good, in my opinion. So first up, we've got Umar Nurmagomedov versus Mario Batista. Decent fight announcement. I think Mario Batista has got a good shot at beating Umar Nurmagomedov. But the more I think about it, the less I think that actually. I don't know. I feel like Mario Batista's got pretty good takedown defense, and I feel like he'll give Umar a run for his money in defending those takedowns and making him work for them. And then like to accompany that, Mario Batista's got some pretty good boxing. He can put hands on Umar Nurmagomedov and potentially hurt him while scrambling through like a grappling exchange, defending a takedown and firing straight off that. If he can do it, obviously Umar is a pretty good chain wrestler and likes to stay on those takedown attempts. Once he shoots one, he kind of stays on it until he gets it. So it'll be interesting to see. Mario Batista possibly, in my opinion, he probably has the ability to escape the takedowns of Umar Nurmagomedov. Maybe not straight away, but as the fight leans on and he gets a bit slippery, he gets a bit sweaty as the fight wears on. And he definitely has potential to put hands on Umar. I just think Umar is not of the same caliber who Batista's defeated before, if that makes sense. So like, Nurmagomedov's he's not gonna let Mario Batista just pick him apart. He's gonna be giving him different looks. He's gonna be changing levels. It's gonna be a lot more of it's going to be a step up in competition. That's what we'll say. It's going to be a big step up in competition for Mario Batista going up against a guy like Umar Nurmagomedov. I'm hopeful he can do it. I'm a fan of Mario Batista. I think it'd be interesting to see. I don't think he's going to have what it takes. Maybe my opinion will change closer to the time, but for now, I would say that Umar Nurmagomedov probably wins this by a decision, to be honest. Next up, we have Werner Jandiroba versus Mackenzie Dern 2. The rematch. I believe Mackenzie Dern won the first time round. Good little while ago now. Now Dern's number 5, Jandiroba's number 1. Be interesting to see. Well, it's a women's fight, so we know the stand-up's not going to be that good, is it? And when it comes to the grappling, fairly evenly matched, I would say. There is potential, I think, for a Jandiroba armbar. We've got that judo style, that judoka style in the grappling, and I think we could transition mid takedown, mid sweep into an armbar. Like the judokas like to do. As we're falling, we just take the arm right there and then. We could see something like that from Jandiroba, but honestly, I think it'll be a tough fight for her again. I think it's a decent matchup. It's going to be a tough fight for her. I just don't think time favors Dern. I just don't think time favors Dern at all. I think Jandiroba's improved more if we look at the two since then. So it's a tough one for me to say. I'm inclined to pick Dern just because I feel like the UFC likes her, and if it goes to a decision, Dern's probably going to get it. But you may be asking yourself, because this is for the strawweight championship. So what happened to Zhang Weili? Well, we'll get to that. Because first we've got to talk about this matchup right here: Leon Edwards versus Carlos Pratas. A pretty decent matchup. I'm biased on my channel, so I would have to pick Leon Edwards in this matchup, but I'm actually a big fan of both guys. I'm a huge fan of Carlos Pratas. So a tough one for me to pick based on my bias, but I worry for Leon Edwards. I really do. I worry for Leon Edwards. I think Pratis is probably going to be hitting harder than anyone he's fought before. Getting rocked in round 4 or 5 by Nate Diaz, doesn't bode well. This is most likely going to be a 5-rounder because it's Leon Edwards, and Leon Edwards usually fights 5-rounders, and I could see them trying to angle Pratis for maybe a title eliminator or a title shot off of the back of this, depending on what happens. I could see that. Where the fuck's Ian Gary is the other thing, because Ian Gary beat Pratis. But for some reason, Pratis is getting the Leon Edwards fight. So that's an interesting one for you. We don't know why that's happening. I mean, I don't know why that's happening. If anyone has if anyone has insider information, let me know. But yeah, a tough. I think it's a tough matchup for Edwards. Honestly, I think Pratis is just as slick, just as good footwork, just as good about everywhere in the stand up. To be honest, I think he hits harder. I think to achieve the same amount of damage Protest does in one punch, Leon's got to maybe land two or three, because Leon has power as well. He's not terrible. He's not got pillow hands, but he does lack a little bit of the power. It comes more from his accuracy, and Pratis is slick with his head movement. He kind of gets into a flow state, if you will, fairly early into the fight. I think early in the fight is when Edwards has got to be worried about getting caught, because Pratis is a guy that can finish here, and Edwards isn't really a guy. He has potential. He does have potential to knock people out, but he doesn't. He doesn't. I say this in my predictions. Edwards doesn't knock people out. Everyone saw the Kamaru Usman head kick and was like, "Oh, this guy's a knockout artist." He doesn't knock that many people out. He really doesn't. But in his defense, this is a type of fight where he has the opportunity to knock somebody out. So it'll be interesting to see. I think Pratis, early thoughts, early prediction, I think Pratis probably chins Leon Edwards, probably in 3 rounds. I don't think it goes outside the second. If it goes further than the second, I could see Edwards kind of bringing it back. Maybe if it's a 3-rounder, he gets the second and third. Third, fourth, and fifth if it's a 5-rounder. I think Edwards does better the longer the fight goes, because he's a lot more measured than Pratis. But and I think 5 rounds would be in Edwards' favour. He's more used to that. Yeah, I think if Leon can survive 2 rounds, he starts to do a lot better. But honestly, I think he probably gets chinned inside those 2 rounds by Pratis. Pratis is lethal. He has lethal hands, man. Lethal hands. Next announcement. What else was announced? Boom! There we have it. I said we'd get to it. Whew, what a matchup, eh? What a matchup. So, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. I mean, Valentina Shevchenko, Zhang Weili. I think Zhang Weili's moving up. Yeah, Zhang Weili's moving up to challenge Valentina Shevchenko. Again, 2 fighters I'm a fan of. I think, honestly, in my opinion, Zhang Weili is probably one of my favourite fighters. Definitely my favourite women's fighter. Definitely in my top 10 favourite fighters at the minute. Big fan of Zhang Weili. I always liked the during lockdown, when she was competing. I can't remember where she was competing. Was it Fight Island? I think it was maybe before Fight Island. I'm not sure. Maybe it was towards the start of the outbreak, or maybe towards the end of it. But she was quarantined, and she couldn't go to the gym to train. So she just spent every day jumping up and down from her bed to train her legs. And I think that was for the Rose Namajunas fight. Maybe. But I like that. She lost that fight, but I like that story. I like the determination. I like the Chinese spirit behind it. So yeah, I'm a fan of Zhang Weili. I think she has potential to absolutely mess up Valentina Shevchenko. If Shevchenko's got a habit of trying to beat you where you're good, I think that she's not going to be able to do that with Zhang Weili. I think she's going to have to play her own. She's going to have to fight her own fight and not try and get flashy with it. In my opinion, honestly, Zhang Weili, powerful hands, powerful kicks, great grappling, ridiculously strong for her size. Valentina Shevchenko is more of a technique based, She's brilliant, but she's technique based, and I think, not to say Zhang Weili isn't technique based, but I think Zhang Weili has the technique and has the power advantage. Even though she's smaller, I think she's going to be a lot stronger, especially moving up. I think she's going to be a lot. I think Valentina Shevchenko is going to be surprised by the strength of Zhang Weili. So it's going to be good to see. You can tell the UFC is trying to do something with China. They got this Chinese market they're trying to tap into. And Johnny Walker upset. Johnny Walker's ruined it, and so they still got Zhang Weili. So it'd be good to and I like Zhang Weili, so it'd be good to see her get another belt. I'd be interested in that. A woman's fight, I'd be interested to watch. And finally, Jack Della Maddalena versus Islam Makhachev at welterweight. Oh my lord, What a matchup. What a matchup. I think Makhachev saw Jack Della Maddalena win this belt and thought, easy, 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 easy. I'm going. We're going up. We're going to get it. We're going to get it. But yeah. So here's the thing, though. I think Makhachev's going to get a nasty shock. I don't think Makhachev's going to lose. I actually think Makhachev wins this fight, which is a controversial opinion. Normally, I'd be picking Jack Della Maddalena. But no, Islam Makhachev, ridiculously good stand-up, ridiculously good grappling, a complete package, an all-rounded fighter, as all-rounded as fighters come in the modern era, is Islam Makhachev. Jack Della Maddalena, also well-rounded, I wouldn't say equally. Good grappler, phenomenal striker, good grappler. Islam Makhachev, phenomenal striker, phenomenal grappler. You see what I'm trying to say? I do think if it comes down to it, then Islam Makhachev will eventually be able to break Maddalena and take him to the ground and work him, maybe even submit him, and hold him there as well. Jack Della Maddalena's got good get-ups. He's got good takedown defense. I think it's going to hold up for a minute. Maybe he stops the second and third takedowns, you know. Maybe he manages to get up. Maybe he manages a sneaky little sweep and manages to get up. You know. But the thing, I just, unless he knocks out Makhachev early, so like I could see the potential for Jack Della Maddalena to win this is chinning Makhachev, going for the takedown. He throws an uppercut, he throws a knee, and catches Makhachev, or Khabib gives Makhachev some silly advice and is like, kickbox with him, keep kickboxing with him, you're doing great. And he was doing great, but that was because JDM was getting his fucking reads, and now he's got them, and instantly you're getting chinned. Something like that, you know, like, I could see that, I could genuinely see that taking place. I could see Islam getting caught, thinking he's gonna be able to run away with the grappling, and it not being as easy as he thought, and then he gets caught in the stand-up where it's actually more dangerous for him. So yeah, it's an interesting matchup, a really fun matchup. I can't wait for it. I'm very excited. When I heard there was an announcement, you'll see on the channel if you go look. I made a video being like, who would win, Ilia Topuria or fucking Arman Tsarukyan? I thought that was going to get announced. I don't know why. I just thought maybe Arman would, maybe Arman and Ilia would go together, because DC was talking about it. DC talked about it. Khabib talked about it. I thought maybe they were leaking some insider knowledge, but there we have it. Jack Della Maddalena versus Islam Makhachev. It makes sense now why Khabib was praising Arman. To be fair, it makes sense now. But yeah, so there you have it. That's the announcements. We've got some decent matchmakings. We've got some decent matchups being made. We're going to be eating good, guys. We're going to be eating good, provided these fights don't fall through. I'd like to see a bit more. I would like to see a little bit more. I would like to see Arman Tsarukyan versus Ilia Topuria. I would like to see Arman Tsarukyan versus Paddy Pimblett. I want to see Arman fight. I feel like Arman needs to get a fight, because honestly, what are we doing? Are you just going to wait around for a belt? Because I don't think you're going to get it. The inactivity, harms your ranking. I don't know. But if you enjoyed this video, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for watching all the way until the end. Consider subscribing. Maybe leave me a like. And until next time, keep your chin down and keep swinging. Peace and love. I'll see you around.